Right now, they were going to move on with a business update with Brian Quinn. Good morning to you, Brian.
Hey, Catherine.
And you're going to start us off with a little bit of a kerfuffle in Europe over some comments from the head of the eurozone's finance ministers.
A kerfuffle indeed. Dutch finance minister Jeroen Dijsselbloem is under pressure to step down from his position as head of the Eurogroup because he's refused to apologize for an interview he gave to a German paper on Monday. Discussing the bailouts of countries like Greece and Portugal, he said that those governments have an obligation to their partners, saying, quote, "You cannot spend all your money on drinks and women and then ask for help." Dijsselbloem has now expressed regret about his words, but has refused to step down. Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese politicians now leading the charge for him to resign. Here's Portugal's Prime Minister Antonio Costa.
In a serious Europe, Mr. Dijsselbloem would already have been dismissed by now, because it is unacceptable that someone that behaves as he did, that shows a xenophobic, racist and sexist vision regarding some European Union countries, may act within a presidential role in an institution such as the Eurogroup.
All right, we'll have to see how that pressure mounts up on Jeroen Dijsselbloem. Moving on, though, we've got an iconic American department store chain, which is also under pressure of a different kind, facing possible shutdown.
Yeah, Sears is a major figure in the U.S. It dates back to 1886. It's one of the most famous names in the history of American retail. But a changing marketplace with major shifts in consumer shopping preferences has hit U.S. department stores hard. Now, the continued existence of Sears is very uncertain, as Nadia Massey reports.
It was once the giant of American retail, but today the future of Sears is in doubt. The company hasn't made a profit since 2011, and on Wednesday shares fell by more than 12%. Founded in 1886, the chain sells products across a huge range of sectors, including home tools, appliances and toys. But analysts say its failure to adapt to the modern marketplace, including the rise of online shopping, has contributed to its decline.
Sears has finally reached a point where the potential for it as a company to continue to exist, either as a retailer or as a financial institution, that's just all gone. There's been so much change in retail in the last 12, 18, 24 months. But especially we saw it this last holiday season when shoppers around this country certainly have chosen to spend their money differently.
Sears Holdings lost a staggering $2 billion last year. And in February, the company announced a plan to slash costs by $1 billion by selling stores and cutting jobs. The chain employs 140,000 people across the states, and its executives are hoping to save a further $1.5 billion by reducing its pension and debt commitments. Sears is not the only department store struggling to remain competitive in 2017. Other staples of the American mall have been shuttering shops, with Macy's announcing in January the closure of 100 stores after a 9% share drop. Sears will begin shutting outlets next month in a bid to reverse its financial fortunes and stay afloat.
All right, so let's move on with a check on how the markets are moving this morning.
Global investors all looking ahead to a vote in the U.S. Congress on healthcare. That's going to be seen as a bellwether for the Trump administration's economic plans. London's FTSE 100 opening just under flat and continuing to dip a bit in trading. Similar for the CAC 40 here in Paris, with the Frankfurt DAX just over flat. Asian shares ended mostly higher, the Nikkei and the Kospi up around 0.2, Shanghai up around 0.1, Hong Kong's Hang Seng, however, down nearly 0.2. Now let's take a look at some more of today's business headlines. U.S. wireless carriers Verizon and AT&T have suspended their advertising on YouTube and other non-search Google properties over concerns that their ads have appeared next to videos promoting terror and hate. That move follows similar suspensions by a number of British companies whose ads showed up next to homophobic or anti-Semitic content. Google has pledged policy updates and a hiring spree to deal with the situation. Amazon has reportedly agreed to buy Souk.com, one of the Middle East's best-known online retailers. The deal should give Amazon entry into a region where young consumers are fueling a boom in e-commerce, particularly in the mobile phone market. The Dubai-based Souk claims it's the largest e-commerce site in the Arab world. And Starbucks is expanding its plans to hire U.S. military veterans and spouses. The new hiring goal for the coffee giant is 25,000 such hires by 2025. declared by outgoing CEO Howard Schultz at his last shareholder meeting. A previous pledge by the company to hire 10,000 veterans was achieved a year early. Starbucks also promised in January to hire 10,000 refugees in its worldwide locations.
Right, just time for one last business story from you, Brian. We, of course, turn to you and the rest of our business desk for insights into the world of business and economy. But there's a company that's offering a little bit of unexpected insight.
That's right. While sky-high tech IPOs and booming e-commerce stocks have attracted a great deal of market attention, one investment has won its investors even more dough, and that's Dominos Pizza. Online news outlet Quartz reporting that the U.S. pizza delivery chain's shares have been topping Amazon, Google, Facebook, and Apple over the past 7 years. Domino's was going cold in 2009 when it decided to revamp its formula and focus more on quality than just rapid delivery. That clearly a recipe for success, as the company's share price has grown 2,000% since 2010.
All right, thanks so much, Brian. It put me in the mood for a little bit of Italian food with that last story.
Yeah, I was thrilled when I heard that news. I thought I was perfectly positioned, but it turns out you have to buy the stocks and not just the pizzas.
Well, we can maybe go and enjoy a slice of pizza at a later point in the day. Thanks so much. More business updates from Brian throughout the day here on France 24. Right now, we're going to take a short break, and we will be back with you in just a couple of minutes' time.